It says in the Quran that Allah causes the rains and lightning to occur in order to cause fear and hope in people. Chapter 30 verse 24 says, "And it is among his signs that he shows you the lightning which causes fear and hope, and that he sends down water from the sky. Then he revives the earth with it after its death. Surely in this there are signs for a people who understand." Quran 13 verses 12 to 13 reiterates, "He is the one who shows you lightning, inspiring you with fear and hope, and produces heavy clouds. The thunder glorifies his praises, as do the angels in awe of him. He sends thunderbolts, striking with them whoever he wills. Yet they dispute about Allah, and he is tremendous in might." Quranic commentary for verses 13 explains the nature of the lightning. The link is below, albeit it is in Arabic. The relevant sections have been translated for this video. In Tafsir Ibn Kathir, it says in the sections underlined in blue, "Verily, Allah originates the clouds. It speaks in the most beautiful voice, and it laughs in the most beautiful manner." Meaning, and Allah knows best, that its voice is in reference to thunder, and its laughter is the lightning. Musa bin Ubaidah narrated that Sa'd bin Ibrahim said, "Allah sends the rain, and indeed none has a better laughter than it, nor more comforting voice. Its laughter is lightning, and its voice is the thunder." It goes on to say, here underlined in green, the lightning is an angel. It possesses 4 faces: the face of a human being, the face of an ox, the face of an eagle, and the face of a lion. Curiously, within English translations of Ibn Kathir, it omits this part of the commentary. The angel having multiple faces and how this may have come about was covered in a previous video. Hadith in Adab al-Mufrad by al-Bukhari, Musnad Ahmad, Sunan al-Kubra, Tirmizi and others all explain that the thunder and the subsequent lightning that usually follows it comes from an angel who is responsible for the clouds. For example, in Tirmizi 3117 it says, narrated Ibn Abbas, "The Jews came to the Prophet and said, 'O Abu Qasim, inform us about the thunder. What is it?' He said, 'An angel among the angels, who is responsible for the clouds. He has a piece of fire wherever that he drives the clouds wherever Allah wills.' They said, 'Then what is this noise we hear?' He said, 'It is him striking the clouds when he drives them on, until it goes where it is ordered.' They said, 'You have told the truth.'" What the aforementioned Quranic verses and its associated commentaries and also the hadith in explaining thunder and lightning as a fire thrown by an angel in the clouds is similar to ancient Greeks' understanding of thunder and lightning. In their case, it was Zeus whose lightning bolt was known as the thunderbolt or master bolt. The lightning was a signature weapon and symbol of power for the god of thunder. According to Greek mythology, it was said to be the most powerful and feared weapon on earth and in the heavens. In Norse mythology, it was Thor, also known as the god of thunder, who took on the role of producing thunder and lightning. In Muhammad's time, lightning seemed like a random God-given natural phenomenon. Indeed, they are natural, but they are not random and are understood better. As such, they can be predicted, protected against, and also can be simulated. In other words, they are not so random as once perceived or even feared so much. For example, lightning is an electrical discharge caused by imbalances between storm clouds and the ground or within the clouds themselves. Within the aviation field, this knowledge is used to avoid potential areas. Also based with this knowledge, various lightning avoidance systems have been created, from lightning rods to other early streamer emission technology systems offering protection from lightning strikes. Furthermore, because of the advancement of science, lightning can be created by man artificially. Indirect lightning strikes and tests, a simulator is connected to an object or arcs in order to simulate a lightning strike. In indirect tests, the lightning current is close by but does not actually strike the object. Again, in Muhammad's time, the weather was completely unpredictable, and as none of the science was understood, it was thought to be entirely God ordained. Today, it can be predicted in advance or even manipulated by humans. For example, by looking at the changes in barometric pressure, weather and sky conditions, cloud cover, computer-based models take many atmospheric factors into account. From this, meteorologists can predict using satellite imagery and weather radar. A 7-day forecast can accurately predict the weather about 80% of the time, and a 5-day forecast can accurately predict the weather approximately 90% of the time. Because in Muhammad's time, people thought the weather was completely unpredictable, who lived in drought-prone areas of the world. Muhammad instructed his followers to pray for rain in times of drought. This is not too dissimilar to rain dancing rituals practiced by Native Americans, shamanistic African tribes, and the Wu shamans in ancient China, all of whom performed sacrificial rain dance ceremonies and prayers in times of drought. For example, according to Muhammad's teachings, in times of drought, Muslims are required to perform 2 units for a prayer called Salat al-Istisqa. It says in Jami' Tirmizi 556, Abbad bin Tamim narrated from his uncle, the Messenger of Allah went out with the people to seek rain. So he led them in prayer for 2 rak'ah, reciting aloud in them, turning his upper wrap around, raising his hands, requesting rain, and facing the Qibla. In this Muslim website, there is a video explaining how the rain prayer is to be performed and when it should be done. The link is in the description. Many Muslim countries, due to the drought-prone climate, instead of completing the rain prayer as instructed by Muhammad in the Hadith, or resigning to the fate of the weather due to Allah's will, are now using modern science and technology to make artificial rain by using drone technology, which unleashes electrical charges into clouds, forming them to clump together to form rain. The full link to the article is below. In Quran 24:43, it says that the hail comes from the mountains. Do you not see that Allah moves the clouds, brings them together, piles them up, and then you can see the rain coming from them. He sends down hailstones from the sky, from the mountains. With them he strikes or protects from them whomever he wants. The lightning can almost take away the sight. Hails do not come from mountains. Rather, they are formed when drops of water freeze together in the cold upper regions of thunderstorm clouds. Hail is actually frozen precipitation produced by intense thunderstorms. They form in cumulonimbus clouds when updrafts raise water droplets to an altitude where they freeze. Quranic commentaries confirm that verse 24:43 means hails come from the mountains. This confirms that the term is not a metaphor for hails coming from the clouds that form or look like mountains, as modern apologists claim. This is their eisegesis to correct an incorrect statement found in the Quran. The classical commentators interpreted the Quran as it claimed for itself. For example, Tafsir Jalalain says, "And he sends down from the heaven out of the mountains." Indeed, to Muhammad and his contemporaries, when they looked high up towards the sky in mountainous regions, they saw its peaks covered in snow and ice high above them in the sky. It would have appeared to them that hails came from the peaks of these mountains. The point remains, this is still incorrect. So in conclusion, in the Quran it says Allah causes the rains and lightning in order to cause fear and hope. It also says the nature of the lightning, whereby an angel discharges it as a piece of fire. Also the clouds speak. Its voice is the thunder, and its laughter the lightning. These kind of imageries are not too dissimilar to the mythology of the ancient Greeks, who believed the lightning came because of Zeus's thunderbolt, or in Norse mythology because of Thor. In Muhammad's time, lightning seemed like fearful, random, God-given natural phenomena. Today they are better understood, protected against, and can also be simulated, meaning it is not so feared. In Muhammad's time, the weather was completely unpredictable and thought to be God-ordained. For drought, he ordered people to do a special rain prayer. Today, it can be predicted in advance or even manipulated by humans. Even in Muslim countries, where they have access to technology, they no longer perform the rain prayer. Instead, they artificially produce rain by the use of drones. The Quran says hail comes from the mountains, although they do not. Rather, they are frozen precipitation produced by intense thunderstorms.